custody in connection to the mass shooting that killed 2 people at a Juneteenth celebration in Round Rock last weekend. Now, just a few minutes ago, police held a news conference to give us an update on this case. KVU's Eric Pointer is live in Round Rock. So, Eric, tell us more about what police said in this presser.
Police say that they have made an arrest in connection to this incident. They said they have been working tirelessly to hold people accountable, and they say that this senseless tragedy was a result of 2 different groups fighting together, and 1 person from those groups have been taken into custody. We have a booking photo for 17-year-old Ricky Thompson III. He's from Maynard, Texas. We know that he was picked up at around 7:30 this morning by the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force in Pflugerville, and he was immediately taken to the Williamson County Jail. Now, he is being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So not being charged with murder yet, but that could be upgraded. He was the subject that was in that white hoodie that they gave a description of on Sunday. Now, they say that they're going to have a lot of work to do. Police are still collecting evidence, and they are talking to witnesses. This is what the police chief had to say about the work they still need to do.
We have a lot of work to do. We know Ricky Thompson was not the only shooter at this event. We are still looking for other suspects. We are still continuing to gather all evidence, continue to talk to witnesses, and we'll continue to do everything that we can to bring everybody involved to justice.
Now, we know that there are, again, more charges pending for Ricky and for anyone else who may be taken into custody. Police say that they will not stop until they get justice for those victims. Now, we also know that they did call that press conference last night at 11 p.m. They said that they wanted to have something to present to people on actual Juneteenth because this happened at a Juneteenth celebration. So on Juneteenth, they wanted to have something. They just didn't have anything. They had been working with the Williamson County District Attorney's Office, and they ultimately decided that they didn't want to compromise anything, so they wanted to wait until this morning until they had more concrete evidence and more concrete things to say. And so, again, Ricky was arrested at around 7:30 this morning, and that's when they decided to have that update for us this morning. Yvonne?
Eric, a couple of questions. First, Ricky Thompson, no criminal history or anything like that?
Police say that he did not have any criminal history, and they're still investigating to see kind of what his involvement was with the group and everything, but no criminal history.
And also, Eric, I know Chief Banks says, we work for the family, we work for this community. So he was saying it's very important that people continue to come forward with tips, helpful, useful information. So far, those tips have proven to be beneficial, correct, for authorities?
Yes, he did say that. He did say that they have been helpful to get those tips. They've gotten a lot of helpful tips and video. They're still urging anyone who has any information or any pictures or video to come forward because, like we said, that has been helpful to them in this investigation.
Yes, and regardless of the payout, come forward and do what you need to do for the community and to make sure that justice is served. Thank you so much, Eric. Well, this morning, Lindsay Vicknair's family released a statement as she was one of the 2 women killed in the shooting at that celebration in Round Rock on Saturday. And in the statement, the Vicknair family thanked the Round Rock Police Department and other law enforcement for their due diligence, adding that they've been really supportive during this difficult time. Now, again, the statement did address the delay in yesterday's press conference, reading in part, "We have been inundated with calls and texts. There has been a lot of speculation and rumors circulating in our community. We remain patient and hopeful. The delay means we are closer to justice for Lindsay, Mrs. Duke, and the other individuals impacted by this horrific mass shooting." And a vigil for Lindsay Vicknair is now scheduled for tonight. The vigil was originally supposed to happen last night, but was postponed. It is now scheduled for 7:30 p.m. at Webb Middle School in North Austin. And therapists are helping people process the shooting at the Juneteenth celebration. Life Anew is a nonprofit organization that reaches out to people affected by gun violence. After Saturday's shooting, they decided they needed to do something bigger. Yesterday, they contracted several counselors in the area to talk to those affected by the trauma.
So we hope to be able to increase the willingness of people of color to see getting help isn't a sign of weakness, but it absolutely is a sign of strength.
Life Anew is offering a weekly therapy group for free every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. at the Harvest Trauma Recovery Center in Austin. And if you need any other mental health resources, the center has many other therapists on staff daily.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, here we go again. Migrants again. Now, in Houston, they have a problem with the migrants, like for real. New York, Houston, I think Georgia, a couple of states are really having some problems with the migrants, like for real. They doing the most. So anyway, I've been following this story. Her name is Jocelyn. I'm gonna say her name, but I'm gonna try to. It's Nungare. Jocelyn Nungare. Sorry if I messed her name up. She's 12 years old, y'all. She's 12 years old. So I'm gonna tell y'all. So I really don't want to read it to y'all because, like, I really know the story because I've been following it because I really was like praying to God that they find this little girl. She's 12 years old. Jocelyn is 12 years old. She's from Houston. They found her body. Let me just tell you what happened. Jocelyn had left the house and she wanted to go see her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's 13 years old. So she snuck out the house to go see her boyfriend. Yes. So I guess when she was over there, they probably just, wanted to see each other. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, you shouldn't sneak out the house now. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? That sneaking out the house is not good. But I've been in that position when I was that young and I thought I had a boyfriend. But anyway, she snuck out the house to see her boyfriend, 13 years old. So I guess she wanted to get back home before her mom and them recognized that she's not in the house. So I guess on her way back home, she runs into two migrants from Venezuela. They did the most to this 12-year-old baby. The most. They did the most to this 12-year-old child. And they murdered her and threw her body in the creek, y'all. So now Houston had it out for them. They like, listen, you put bolos are going out. Bolos are going out, like, for real. We are not having this here. So if y'all want to, I read it and I'm gonna show the video though. So because see, the video I'm gonna show you, it's just that they got caught. But I could tell you, like, basically no, because they're not gonna tell you, like, I know that she snuck out the house because I've been following the news, so I don't really have to read it to y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see the video, but I'm gonna tell you, like I said, she had snuck out the house and she was going to see her boyfriend, her little boyfriend, and so sad that she ran into. Let me tell you who they were. One name was, his name was Franklin Pena Ramos. He was 26 years old. 26. She's 12 years old. 26 years old. Y'all did that to that little girl. And the other one name is Martinez. He's 21 years old. They got their behinds, y'all. They got them. They from Venezuela. They doing the most. The migrants are doing the damn most. Every time you turn around, come on now, 12 years old. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. All of these here murders that's been happening now. People getting found in their houses and all this stuff here. Women are getting raped. They're getting assaulted and all this stuff here. Every time you look around, it's a migrant. It's a migrant. And all of this here basically could be prevented. It could have been prevented. If Joe Biden would have controlled that border like he's supposed to have done, we wouldn't have to go through all this here. People are losing loved ones like this here because I'm not saying that New York don't be doing, New York or whatever state there is, don't be having their own crime, because they do. What I'm saying is that the migrants is coming over here and they're doing the freaking most. They're doing the most, y'all. Y'all know this here. Y'all know we ain't never went through what's going on now. I'm going to tell you something. In New York, they're doing the most here. I know that. I know for a fact they're doing the most here. I live here. They're doing the most, okay? I'm telling you right now, we are losing. They had the nerve. First, they want to do the. I'm sorry for skipping the subject, y'all. They want to do the congestion prices, right? So now Hochul said no. She knew that shit was some bullshit. So she said no. But let me tell you this here. You giving these migrants billions of dollars, and you want us to pay $15 to go 3 blocks. Are you dumb? That's why she said no. Like, no. Take the money from them. Because you know what? This here that's going on here. Why we got to pay for something that y'all created? Y'all created this here. A sanctuary state. State. Now you want to take it back, but it's too late. You got too many migrants here. Y'all in control this here. And we having a lot of stuff that's have some weird stuff happening here in Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, you know, whatever. We're having a lot of crime. And mostly it's the migrants, y'all. It is the migrants. The migrants are losing their freaking mind because they remember they're not used to this here. First of all, like I told y'all before, they do not respect police, so that's a hell to a no. They're not gonna do it. I don't care what it is. They ain't even going to respect the police officer. They're gonna bang it out with them before they go to jail. I am telling you right now. That's just what they do because they're not used to that. They're not used to the police, you know, being face to face with the police. I'm telling you, they're not used to that shit. Police did not go where they were at. They was like, we ain't got no time for that. I'm telling you, snatching, grabbing, and all that stuff there. You know what I'm saying? They not used to things. Like I said, they got them in the middle of Manhattan, the rich part of Manhattan, where we like to go and go watch a movie, go eat, go chill out. You already know we like to get dressed up and go see a show and all that stuff there. The migrants is doing the freaking most. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. We are losing a lot of money. Nobody cannot tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, we are. New York is New York. Everybody want to come to New York. We have buses on top of buses that bring people here every single day and let them off on Canal Street. Yeah, because they go shopping. They go buy, you know, you buy the dozen, you know, pocketbooks by the dozen, watches by the dozen, you know, Rolex that you can hear tick. You know, they real by the dozen. But this is what they do, and they've been doing this for many, 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 many years. You understand? Then you have the ones that want to come to New York and just take a show and, you know, stay a week or whatever, stay a couple of days and stuff like that there. You know what I'm saying? They can't even do that now because they took up all the hotels. So a lot of they can't afford the hotels that are surviving. They so damn high that the visitors, they're not trying to pay that. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're visitors don't make them rich. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make them rich. I know, because I live in the area where a lot of migrants come. And it do be a lot of migrants, excuse me, not migrants, I'm sorry. It do be a lot of people from another country or foreigners that come here, or, you know, people that just want to come for a vacation. That's from California, wherever. They come here. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, they come here where I live at. I see them every day. But it's getting less and less of them because they really don't have nowhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? Because all the hotels is full of the migrants. All the hotels are full of migrants. So where they going? So that's money that we're losing in New York. This is money that we're using. But let me get back to the young lady. I don't know how I got off topic, y'all. It's just so much with these damn migrants. Like, it's just a lot, y'all. Like I said, I don't have anything against the migrant. I have something against when you don't want to appreciate that the hand that we, you know, you're trying to bite the hand that feeds you. Like, that's crazy. That's the part that's hurting, you know, hurting a lot of New Yorkers. But when these lights go out here, when these stores close up and move and make our whole New York looking like a whole freaking back in the 80s. Yeah, that's what it gonna look like. It gonna look like back in the 80s, y'all. Cause everything gonna be closed. That gonna be closed. Cause they tired. They tired of people just running up to them, just taking their stuff for them, even though they got insurance. It's just too much. They hitting back to back to back to back. It's just too much. You hear about people getting, young ladies are getting assaulted in hotels and murdered. You know what I'm saying? It's happening in other states. It's happening every time they catch them. It's a migrant. So this young lady here, Jocelyn, she's 12 years old. 12, y'all. And this is what you do. Man, it really hurts, y'all. It really hurts that this young lady, because I did follow the story, and it really hurt me when they said they found her, you know, and how they found her. Y'all just threw the poor little girl in the ditch, right? But see, in that country, they mess with little kids anyway. That's why they start their growth. That's why they this big. You know what I'm saying? They're this big because they doing messing around when they real young. Their growth is stunted anyway. So it's not to them. 12 years old is not young to them. No, it's not. It's not young to them. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to see what happened to Jocelyn, because, you know, I've been following the story and I'm really, really hurt. And she's a beautiful young lady, y'all. When I say beautiful, she's a cute little girl. She's a cute little girl. But like I said, I'm not gonna read it because I can tell you better than you know. I can read it because I know I've been following the story, and that's all happened, y'all. It's just that she left her home and went to her boyfriend's house. He's 13 years old. She's 12. He's 13. And I guess she was trying to get back home before her parents, you know, recognized that, you know, she snuck out the house and she never returned. But when they put out their bolo, they put out a bolo. They wanted them so bad because they did her so dirty. They did it so dirty. They put out a bolo and they made sure they got her. They got her. They got her, but they got them. They got them, and I'm so glad. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop talking and let y'all see the video because this ain't it, y'all. Give me a minute. Watch for the video.
Going to court with these individuals and hold them accountable.
The suspects are now facing charges of capital murder.
Jocelyn was a fighter. She fought hard. And she needs justice. She didn't deserve this. And she needs to be rested at peace. They took away my firstborn. I was a teen mom. She's who helped me grow, mature. They took every opportunity away from me, from our family.
I want to reach out to the court system, the justice system. We're going to be watching you. The arrest has taken place. The charges have been filed. Now we want the justice system to do its job.
I hope the universe gives them what they deserve.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Corley Peel.
And I'm Bryce Newberry. We start the news live at 6 in North Houston this evening following the tragic murder of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray.
And we have been following each step of this case all week long, and today police have announced that 2 men are now charged with capital murder, and Houston police have now identified those men as Johan Rango Martinez and Franklin Pena Ramos. Both of those men are in their 20s.
And this is the area off of Rankin Road where Jocelyn's body was found early Monday morning. We do have a live picture tonight where you can see there's a growing memorial just across the street from us here. Loved ones have left flowers and balloons on the creek bank over there, and all of it is to honor this young girl who tragically lost her young life.
And this is a parent's worst nightmare. Bryce, I have been in contact with Jocelyn's mother today. I was on the phone with her while she was at the funeral home making funeral arrangements for her 12-year-old daughter. She told me that she is so grateful that the two men wanted in this case are now behind bars. And this has been a huge impact on her family and this entire community.
And there have been a lot of updates on this case today. Again, those two men charged now with capital murder. And we brought you the news conference from HPD investigators live on the KPRC 2 Plus live stream earlier this afternoon. Investigators thanked this community for rallying behind Jocelyn and her family to help them get answers tonight. This is everything we know so far in this case. These two men are now charged with capital murder in the death of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare. Only KPRC2's cameras captured a large law enforcement presence as investigators arrested them early Thursday at an apartment about a half-mile from this creek, where her body was found strangled to death early Monday.
We were able to find video and trace the movements of our suspects and of Jocelyn, and all the way to the point of where she was murdered.
Tips from the community combined with old-fashioned police work led to their capture, investigators say. They have only lived in the area for a matter of months or less.
It's the totality of every piece of the evidence together.
After the suspects visited a restaurant in the Northborough district, they are seen meeting Jocelyn on Kirkendall Road.
The suspects and the victim walked together to a convenience store, and those images were also released to you guys and the public. After a few minutes, all three together walked to a bridge where ultimately Jocelyn was murdered.
The interaction transpired over 3 or 4 hours, investigators believe, just hours after they say she snuck out of her mom's nearby apartment Sunday night. Billie Jean Jackson drove by the bridge Monday morning.
I just happened to look and she was there. I thought it was a mannequin. It's not something you expect to see anywhere.
She called 911. This surveillance video shows the first fire truck arriving on scene. The medical examiner's office ruled Jocelyn's cause of death strangulation on Tuesday. Investigators are still determining what else may have happened to her.
It was a horrible scene.
It doesn't get any worse. It's sad. It's outrageous, makes you angry.
Mayor John Whitmire joined HPD for the second public update on the case, now calling on the justice system to hold the accused killers accountable.
If there was ever a circumstance where you do not give someone bail, this is it.
And tonight there are still a lot of parts of this investigation that are underway. One aspect is the digital communications. Investigators say they are still going through all of that information on the suspects' phones as well as Jocelyn's phone to find out if they had any sort of communication prior to that meeting in the overnight hours Sunday into Monday morning. And sources have told KPRC2 investigates that these suspects are Venezuelan nationals, that they have only been in the country for less than a month. Tonight, HPD officially confirming that federal investigators are now looking into their immigration status.
Yeah, still a lot to unpack here, but we first alerted you about these two men and their arrest on our Click to Houston app with a push alert. Take a look at this video. This is our exclusive video that we got earlier this morning, moments as the two men were being placed in handcuffs. And this arrest happened at an apartment complex about a half-mile away from where Jocelyn's body was found.
So really close. I mean, this neighborhood, people have been buzzing about it. We've been out here every day this week talking about this. That tip came into our newsroom around 6:30 or so this morning, and then photojournalist Roger Franco found the scene as it all unfolded to capture this video. And then by 7:50 this morning, we had word from the scene that they were in custody. HPD putting out that update just a few minutes later.
That's right, and I called Jocelyn's mother right away, letting her know, asking her if she had heard anything. She said she was so grateful that she did find out about that arrest, but she also told me that that apartment complex where the men were arrested, she doesn't live there. Jocelyn doesn't live there either. They live at apartment complex 5 minutes away from there, but she says this all still hits too close to home. Yesterday, Alexis Nungare gave a tearful plea for information about two men wanted in connection to her 12-year-old daughter's murder.
Swell. I want justice. I want them to come forward. I want whoever has seen them, please just took my baby away.
Less than 24 hours later, her prayers were answered. I spoke with her on the phone hours after KPRC2 got this exclusive video of Franklin Jose Pino Ramos and Johan Jose Rango Martinez as they were both taken into custody.
It's been like an overwhelming, relief to hear that they've been caught and they're off the streets, and it feels great that everybody's been working so hard and so fast to get justice for my girl.
It appears Martinez changed his appearance. The surveillance photo HPD sent out earlier this week shows him in the white hat with a beard. During his arrest, he appears to no longer have facial hair. Have you seen them before?
I have never seen them before. I have no idea who they are. I think it was very cowardly of one of them to, try to alter his appearance to think that would make a difference. But the city of Houston is way stronger than these individuals, and we're going to give them what they deserve.
Neighbors at the Campbell Lake Apartments didn't seem to know much about the men. This neighbor asked to remain anonymous.
All I can say is they haven't been here long, maybe less than a month.
I knocked on the door where the men were believed to be staying, but no one answered. Now that they're in handcuffs, Nungare says the journey to justice for Jocelyn is just beginning.
She doesn't have a voice no more, so I have to be her advocate and, have her be proud of me of how strong I'm being for her. I've always fought for her, and I will always fight for her.
And Alexis Nungare tells me that she has no idea if her daughter knew the two men. Still a mystery there that's still being investigated, but just a heartbreaking way that she found out about her daughter's death. She told me that she had put her to bed around 10 o'clock that Sunday night. She wakes up to find that her daughter's missing, so she gets in her car, starts driving around this area. She starts pinging her phone, and when she pings her phone, it's to that creek behind us, and she sees a crime scene. And about an hour later, she finds out that her daughter had been strangled to death.
Yeah, I mean, she initially said that when she got to that scene, there was just the crime scene tape everywhere. She wasn't even able to get close. The police wouldn't tell her anything at first until she was taken downtown for questioning. And you can just imagine the heartbreak for that mother. You can hear the desperation in her voice.
And we were also talking to some family members, too, throughout the week that they were still holding on that maybe that wasn't her.
That's
that
right.
Maybe it wasn't true. And now they're just dealing with the unimaginable. And they say that they're going to be fighting for justice until they get it.
And we, of course, have been covering this story all week. We have a lot of our coverage right now at click2houston.com. You can get up to speed on every development in this case. But there is a lot more news to get to this evening. We want to check.
Yeah, that's a shame, right? You see him? They say he shaved off his beard because he was trying to, disguise himself, but he still got caught. You hear what they said? They wasn't even here for a full month. Not even a month. Well, they know in that apartment, whoever they were staying with, for a month. But anyway, y'all, my heart goes out to the Nunare family. My heart goes out to them. I'm so sorry this happened to your child. And all we can do is just prosecute them, to the fullest. Like I said, they getting capital murder. She's 12 years old. Like, that's just freaking crazy. But anyway, y'all, hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Okay? Peace.